What's up, everybody? Bad Knight 84 here, coming at you with our very first Starfield video. Been pretty excited to do this. I actually had plans a long time ago to do Starfield videos when it first came out, but if you had seen or saw the Minecraft video, you'd know that there was some corruption issues, yada yada woot woot. Anyway, so yeah, this is the first Starfield video, and the first Starfield video is going to be a ship build, or a shipbuilding guide on this right here, the Solar Storm. This is like my favorite all-around small ship. It's like perfect for two people or like a couple if you're into role-playing. It's very spacious. It's got all the accommodations you might need, as well as a few extra things. Alrighty, so starting off, I'm going to show y'all some brief cutscenes with a little montage of just some general combat and whatnot. Alright, everybody, we're back at the outpost. So first, there are some elusive ship modules on this build that you need to go to certain locations to get. But before I show you that, I wanna give you a tour, because I feel like it's important that before you commit to building a ship, to see the inside. Which all of my ships were built before you could decorate really the inside. You could only play around with the preset tabs. And so when I built these ships, I went through the painstaking process of building them all in such a way where everything is laid out very nicely, to where it doesn't feel like a maze. It's not hard to get lost.
I've already packed my bag,
or it's
for
not
Cora
easy to
and
get
Mom's
lost.
big vacation sleepover. Coming soon.
Just overall a really good build. So now this ship was built like that, but when they added the ability to decorate, I did drop some decorations down. But even without all the nitty-gritty decorations, if you follow it step by step, you'll have a very nice small
lately?
home away from home that can have a decent bit of cargo. Let me just show you the stats. I do have my payloads perk all the way maxed out. I want to say without them, this thing had a cargo capacity of about 6,000. So it's like a almost perfect small like starter ship. It is Class C though, so you will have to invest in the piloting skill, unfortunately. Alright, but to the tour of the ship. So right when you walk in, you have the cockpit right here, which is very nice. And then directly to the left we have the captain's quarters. Alright. Got the navigation table. Got a shower. Got a nice sleeping area. And then behind the captain's quarters we'll have the armory. Alright, very nice. And then coming back into here, this actually where we came up, this is actually a 2x2 hab, so you know you can only find those in certain locations, but this is the Demos living quarters. So I really like the color palette of the blue and orange. And this is a very nice area. Made sure to put 2 windows. I like to be able to see out. And once again, this is like a kind of like a small home away from home for like maybe a few people. 2 people, so of course I'm out here with Andrasia. Coming up here we have the Docker, and then up here I think I have a computer core up here. This is actually a hab that you can pretty much change to whatever you want to do with it, but I think I put it up there so that way I could have at least one more crew member here. And then finally this last door is to a workshop, which is important. So this way in this small package there's pretty much everything you would need. So with that being said, now I'm going to show you where you can actually find all of these different hab modules, because like I said, some of them are in very specific locations.
Hello.
So first off, these where is it? These engines right here. You might be able to find these engines in a few different places, but for sure you can find them on Neon. So if you go to Neon, you get these engines. You need at least 4 of them. Alright, I'm sure we all know where Neon is, but just in case, I'll go ahead and pull it up on the map. Neon is in the Void 2, which is a little bit south of the Cayenne, which is where Aquila is. And then it's on Void Alpha. This is where Neon is. Go here, speak to the ship service technician, and buy 4 of those engines. Next we have the landing gear. Now this landing gear is really good and really important because it has a landing thrust of 4, which means it can support a lot of weight, whereas other ones might have 1 or only 2 landing supports, meaning you might need more of them. You can find this, and there's different variants too, but you can find this landing gear, which you also need 4 of them, in the Sol system around Titan, which we should all be familiar with the Sol system because we all well, we all pretty much grew up there. But anyway, here it is right beside Alpha Centauri. And Titan is Saturn's moon, or one of Saturn's moon. And then you come to New Homestead, and then you talk to the ship service technician there. You buy 4 of those landing gears. Next, another thing you'll need to do is you'll need to go out and buy this. This is the Demos Living Quarters 2x2 hab, and that's also found in the Sol system on Mars, or rather beside Mars. The Demos Star Yard is in the orbit of Mars, and so if you go there and then head down the stairs and talk to the dude, you'll be able to get that hab. And the best way to build these ships is to get some throwaway ship that you're going to work on, and then just go and slap all these different components to it. You know, it doesn't have to be pretty because you're not building it just yet. But there's the Demos Star Yard. So you go there, and then you can get that. And then the last thing that is kind of exclusive are these scan jammers. Now you can either find these in the I'll show you, there's a few places you can find them. So one of the places you can find them should be over here in the wolf system. Yep. So you come over here, you go to the den, you talk to the ship service technician there. They'll be able to give you the jammer frequencies. Alternatively, you can also come here to the Porima system, and over here on Porima 3 at the Red Mile, you can also find them there. And then the last place, depending on if you've done the one of the quest lines and your choices over it, but here in Ixel, or wait, no, not Ixel, or is it Crix? In the Crix system, which is where the Crimson Fleet's main like base of operations are. Well, during that quest line, depending on what you choose, you can also go there to find the scanner jammers, and that'll help if you so should choose to run around with contraband. That'll help. Now, with that being said, let's get into the build. Alright, so we're here in the shipbuilding menu, and I've basically broke it down into the probably the easiest layout to understand to be able to build. This is a very easy ship to build, but it's a very powerful one, and it's a very comfy one. Alright, so first off, starting here, these are, well, I guess these will just be hanging around, but you're going to want to start with your landing bay, and then you're going to have your Demos hab directly behind it. But you're going to want to flip this. It's not actually a hab, it's the docker. This docker in particular can be flipped, and it's good we have that on the belly, so that way it's out of the way, and you know, nothing can extend past it if the only thing that is also down there is the landing gear. Then we have our helium-3 fuel tank, and then we have our sheared flow reactor. This is the best that you can get. Once again, like I said, this is a class 3 ship, so you need that piloting skill. And then we have 2 of the engines we got from Neon on both sides, and then we have this panel here. Now this panel here has 2 different variants, one with a weapon spot and one without the weapon spot. We want the one with the weapon spot. It's also important to note that besides the parts that we had to go out to get for some of the individual ones, everything else you should be able to find at your outpost shipbuilder with landing pad, or your landing pad with shipbuilder. So once you get everything, head back to an outpost and then start building this. Alright, so that's pretty much the first floor done, or the bottom layer. The second layer, we start off with our Demos living quarters 2x2. We're going to put a window on top, and then to the left of it, we're going to get the Demos captain's quarters 2x1. We're going to get another window on top. We're going to get a window on the front side of both, and then we're going to get 2 dome windows, or porthole windows, on the front. And then we're going to get the Tauio cockpit. Alright, and then in the back, behind the captain's quarters, we're going to have the Demos armory. And then to the left of that, we're going to have the Demos wing A. This is kind of just give it a little bit more angles, make it a little bit nicer. And then at the back, we're going to put another porthole window. Now on the wings, there is a dual-sided weapon mount. And so for mine, which the weapons, you're pretty much, you know, able to throw any weapon you want onto whatever ship, but the weapons I'm running with are these auto neutron beams, and then these auto helion beams, and then where are they? These nullifier suppressors. Anyway, so both sides are gonna have these little side wings. Left side, you know, you have the captain's quarters and then the armory, and then the right side you have the 2x2, and then behind that in the bottom right corner you have the workshop. Right? And so then once you have at least these two assembled, you can come over here and you can drag it and drop it on there by selecting the whole thing. I also have shielded cargo right here. It's kind of out of the way. So, and then once you do that, you can come over here and change these to the other versions that are a little bit more streamlined. Because now they all have something to connect onto. As you can see, the guns kind of line up pretty nicely as far as where they go. Now for the top, we have this Hope Tech pipes. We have this hab, this hab. I have the Demos computer core 2x1, but you can really put whatever you want in here. If you want to put an extra set of living quarters or anything else of the sort, that's the spot you could put it. Over here I have the Demos bumpers, the ones that kind of look like the slanted. On the back I have 4 of these galleon cargo holds. These hold a lot of cargo. I have all the payload perks, so I'm able to hold more mass, but I want to say without those, this ship had a maximum capacity right around like 6,500. So not too bad, but also not nearly as good as it could be. The best for like the size that the ship is, like without there being a bunch of just miscellaneous like you know, cargo structures. So you need 4 of those. And then you need the other 2 engines we got from Neon right here behind them. And then on the side you need those side cap pieces again, once again with the weapon mount. Put those on the side, each side of the engine. Then you're gonna find these Demo Spine D, and then you're gonna put those on the back too. In between the 2 engines you're gonna put Demos Hull A. These things are pretty cool because they kind of look like a hab, but they're not, and so they're able to like take up space and like be a structural part, which is, I'm guessing, exactly what it's intended for. And then over here we have a riser that's kind of just to make it look a little bit better in the back. And then we have this Warden shield generator, one of the better ones in the game. And then we have this Hope Tech nose, but we have it reversed in the back. That's kind of just to smooth that out, make it look a little bit better. And then we have this Apollo 3V300 or GV300 grav drive, and it's a 2, once again a Class C. We have that tucked away in between the middle. And then we have 2 more of those side caps, once again with the weapons mount. Here's where I have the nullifiers. As you saw, these are good to like cripple ships. So my other 2 weapon systems on this ship do really good at tearing up the shield and doing hull damage. But these are good for popping their engines specifically. So I can tear down their shield and then hit them with these, and then go in for the dock or the board. Then we have the Nova Cowling. I like it because it has a unique kind of like engine vibe to it. And then on both sides I have the multi-frequency scan jammer. So once you have everything situated like this, once again you should just be able to select the whole thing and then slide it over and drop it on top. You'll know it's lined up. If your windows don't get affected, you wouldn't be able to place it otherwise. But everything should line up just nicely. And so then here it is. This is the completed ship. You can see, oh yeah, look, it's at the bottom. The cargo capacity, not including the payloads, is 6,550. Shield is pretty good. Mobility is 59. It's no meal, so it's like very well rounded. The top speed is 40. You know that can be increased depending on different crew members and other factors. But yes, as you can see, it's a very easy ship to build, but it's very spacious, and it's more than just like a little if you know how the Razor Leaf is a really good ship, but it's kind of small. This is a little bit more spacious, it feels a little bit more homey, and then it also can definitely pack a pretty good punch. Um, and all of the ships that I've built kind of follow the same similar vibe. They go up in size, but then they're laid out in a very cool way. So like I said, this was the Solar Storm. I'll give you a sneak peek at some of my other ones before we end out this video. So we have built that one, built that one. This one's arguably very iconic, also custom designed. This one's pretty good. This one I'm pretty proud of. This one's very nice. I recently upgraded some stuff to this one and it turned out much better. Very, very cool. And then finally this one. This might be the next one I give a guide on, because this one's a behemoth, and it's a really fun thing to fly around in. It's very nice and spacious. It fits a lot of those different feelings. But with all that being said, remember to like and subscribe. Join me next time, and thanks for watching.